Hello and welcome, I'm Misstical. This is Misstical Gaming. We're jumping into Watcher of Realms now. This is the Forerunner. It's had a little update. It hasn't had much of an update, won't take us long to go through, but some of the changes I think are going to be more impactful than we initially think. So let's have a quick look. So this is the first one here. I don't think this is going to affect too many people, but if it does affect you, then her Awakening 4 has been changed from penetration 8% to attack of 5%. There we go. That's been changed. That's the first change. Now on to the more juicy changes. So it's finally here. It's just over a year later, but as we can see, if we jump into our Titanic Ruins, there we go. We've got the playtest button. There we are. It's been a long time coming. And then if we have a look, so added auto fight gear recording system for Apocalypse 1 and 2, and a playtest feature for Titan Ruins. The playtest feature is not restricted by hero locks and does not have a save auto fights records. Optimize some performance aspects of it as well. So there we go, it's been changed at last. The playtest button is there, so if you go into fights, you can now see just behind me here, we can see that heroes artifacts for the current stages have not been saved. Clear the current stage manually to auto record them, so when I do my fights this week, and I probably need to get a wriggle on with that, they will be recorded for me, so that is an absolute bonus. And then you've got the playtest features, you can come in and mess around with your teams, and as you can see, there's no one that's got 1 or 2 saved on them anyway. Okay, so you can go in and playtest. Okay, so that is fantastic that that's coming out. So the next part of the update they've put in is all to do with Malric's Hall. It's not a big change, but there's a subtle little change that we should know about. So let's jump into a fight quickly. Up here we can see we've got the taskbar with us going across, telling us about the waves. Now this is it, Malric's Hall of the Illusion. They added a 90-second stage countdown after the final wave ends in the trial, so players will proceed to the calculation screen when the it ends. So just have a quick look through and a quick run through on one of these trials. Don't worry, it won't take too long. I've sped the bulk of it up. Okay, so we can see up there we've got our 1 minute 30. We started with our 90 seconds. Then if we speed past that, when we get to the end of the wave, it will say congratulations on next stage, or whatever stage clear. There we go, and then we go on to the next stage, and then we get another little timer there, and that's before everyone starts coming on. Our next set of waves come on, and then that proceeds as we go through. So stage clear, that one gets ended, and then the next stage starts with our 1 minute 30. If we haven't cleared everyone off, then we're getting those waves build up on us, as we well know. That pretty much carries on all the way through. There are some changes later on, so when we get to a boss stage, for example, there's that stage clear. The boss stage coming through now, he's only got 1 minute 10 seconds, so he started with 70 seconds as opposed to the 90, and then our last stage did the same as well. And then when we get to the end of that final stage, there we go, you can see it counting off now. That's the end of it, and this is what it's saying. They're going to add that 90 seconds on there. So there's 90 seconds. You've got to clear everything down, and that's your run done there. Okay, so that is the small and subtle change that they've done to the Malric's Halls of Illusion. Okay, right. Next one. So we are ready for the next bit they've added in. Okay, they've just added in some extra achievements. There's no biggie. I don't think it's a major thing whether you get them or not, but we'll have a quick look through them and see what's been added. So Malric's Hall of Illusion, that's the bit we've done, and then part 2 is they've added the achievements related to Malric's Halls of Illusion, campaign, Guild War, Demon Soldier, and skins, along with some medals as well. So the first part of there's 2 here that I could find that would do with crystals, doing those. Next one is do the old 1,200 stars in campaign. I'm a long way off it. Whether it would get me to do campaign or not, I'm not too sure. I'm not a big achievement hunter. There's the Warlord one as well, so own 25 or level 7 or higher demon soldiers, get that smashed out, and then there's own 50 skins. I haven't even got the one that says own 20 yet from a while ago. Okay, so that's me done. That's the achievements I could find they've added. If they've added in some other ones, I don't know. Now the next part, this I think is going to be quite big. Right, so the next one they've added in here, okay, During auto fight, added options to automatically sell gear below mythic and non-recommended gear. These options take effects once enabled. Okay, so when we go into our fights and have a look at them, these are my fights I've got going at the moment. I've got 10 of them going at the moment, and if we have a look at the gear is at 1,799. okay, so hopefully we'll be able to keep that there, and all going well we can put that up into the corner and forget about it for a little while. There we go. Right, so that should still be running in the background there. And then if we have a look at when you come to your raids, what happens is you'll come to your raids here and pick any old raid that you like, and then when you go to do your auto fights, you're given this screen now. Just move myself out of the way a little bit, and then you can just automatically sell gear below mythic, or you can automatically sell everything that's not recommended. Now, I think this is a significant change, because now you can really go on and do some major farming overnight, so you haven't got to worry about you topping up or anything like that. You can just keep chipping away at it. So my auto fights are going off on the background up there, ticking away, and however many fights we've done, we haven't done a great deal of time left on it. You can see that it's hardly gone up at all, and this is because we are auto selling everything on in the background. Okay, so you don't have to worry now if you farm overnight about you getting storage full or anything like that. You can just smash up the 500 battles and quite easily farm it and just go AFK. Now, the weird thing about this is the fact that they have done this straight after they've upped the price of stamina. Take that as you will. Did they know this was coming in or not? I don't know. That's a little I'd rather not say. Maybe that's something, maybe that isn't. So I went up by 2 and there was only 1 piece available. I think I went up by 3, but when I go back in, so there does appear to be a small glitch over what it says there and what it sees, but other than that, all seems to be working remarkably well. Done 20 runs and I've got 1 piece of gear, which is fine. So there we go. That's the added bit they've done. You can just sell off your gear, which is an absolute bonus, I think, and could change a lot. So at 500 battles, whether we'll see the 500 battles extended so we can do more than that, who knows. But when we go into our fights now, will we not be just left with the option to do 500 battles, but will that be extended out as well? So I can come here, I can come up to my gear right now, auto battles. At the moment I can only do 500, but will that allow me to now go higher? Will I be able to just max out my stamina? Who knows, maybe that's the next thing on the horizon, but I think there's a lot of farming that can be done now, so that might be a change. The only other thing is more of a question than anything else. It's not in the patch notes, it's just something I've noticed today, and I think it's the first time I've ever had to do it. Yeah, donate 5-star psychic power. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've done it because I've got an absolute boatload of them. I could do with donating more than one. I donate loads. I donate hundreds of the damn things. But there we go. So that's something I've noticed. I don't know whether it's not in the patch notes or anything, but there we go. Let us know what you think. That's the patch as I can see it. It's everything that's come out. Hopefully it will be coming to global in a couple of weeks. There isn't much in it. Whether there'll be more coming later on, I don't know. But that's about it at the moment. Thanks very much for your time. If you could leave me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, it would help me out massively, and I'll see you all in the video again soon. Cheers, goodbye.